like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully we have fixed our issues here. What game is this? SystemShock Enhanced Edition. But let's take a look. Alright, now I had to turn down my SystemShock. Special thanks to Optimus for, you know, helping me out a little bit, making sure that this stream goes alright. He's always been in my corner helping me out and all that. And now we got everything going. So later, Ogre. It's actually working now. So hopefully that's a good thing. But here we go. Let's try this again. And all right, everything is looking good. We were having a few issues about it and everything else. Now to show off the people that are with me right now, we have Maestra, Optimus, and Memes here, and I'm gonna go ahead and undeafen. And here we are. All right, there we go.
Okay. Some of the things that you should be aware of that will help adjust this problem, Memes, is number one, the American National Gaming Association and the International Gaming Association, which covers gambling across international boundaries, is looking into game providers and other social media companies, because games are MMOs are qualified as a form of social media for whatever reason. That's just how.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 elements.
Okay. Anyway, they're looking at game companies and some social medias for gaming regulations, which would cover some of this. The other thing that's probably going to come about from this particular thing with Hangouts and the fact that you can force present people is the first time some asshole gets out of line and does something that proves actual fault and actual trouble. You'll probably see a change to it because they'll no longer be under that protection of, well, you know, you signed your rights away because some 13-year-old did it. Because 13-year-olds can use Hangouts. You have to be 13 or over to do it. And in most places, 13 is not old enough to sign away your rights. And you're going to need those two things probably in tandem, which will likely bring about some of this Internet Bill of Rights and excessive regulation of the Internet. But then you're looking at things like needing a real tag ID and no more anonymous internet, all that other shit. There's not going to be a 100% positive resolution to this. I don't see one. Yeah, I agree with Medicare.
This is two-part authentication.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the new idea that I have for the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Dude, that was actually what... Have you been in my head?
Well, I know that the panel on the right, I know it was brought up as like, why not two different colors? And I finally managed to figure out how to do it.
Right on.
With an animated element like that, that is difficult as shit.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you the other day if that was possible, and you answered. You must have like ESPN.
Why do you think I can pinpoint a lot of this shit that people are trying to say but can't?
Yeah.
Yeah, Optimus is a good explainer.
Translation, I herp when I should be derping.
Alright, that is... Alright, so radiation in there. Can't really be in there too long, but at least I got those grenades.
But I figured I would incorporate the green elements as well. As like that main thing, like I can add as many as I need to. Yeah.
Let's see.
No, dude, not knock on it all you want, but there's something about having good feng shui, whether it's in a room or on the internet.
Yeah. You gotta make it look all presentable and shit.
Yep. You're kidding me? I have 28 different scenes just for, like, random shit.
Yeah.
So is there any other topics that I can destroy your day over memes and put you in a full funk and depression? Because this conversation
you've given me hope because you've acknowledged that as long as we have the laws, because if there's nothing on the books to take care of any of the crap that's going on right now, yeah, then I'd say, I guess we have to do the Internet Bill of Rights. But I'm like, I could have sworn there are certain things to keep this from happening, but apparently it wasn't a big enough thing on the books. Well, thank you, Maestro, for letting me in. Again, I am sorry I didn't get more pissed off about this shit. I didn't follow as much. I'm like, oh, it's after. I'm like, well, the law generally sorts its way out.
You're supposed to be pissed.
No, it absolutely does. It's just that the major thing you're going to have to put up with is it is covered. The best legal approach to deal with this is that the legalese on these contracts has gotten so unwieldy that it's very similar to the Ultima Online RuneScape suit that occurred, where their terms of service for their billing when microtransactions were first entering, because RuneScape was the first company that brought in microtransactions into their MMO. Like, nobody really seems to understand it.
But I played Ultima Online.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second, I think I might remember a letter about that.
Yep, and what ended up changing in that particular suit was the fact that their contract was so ambivalent and so complex to understand that their average user base was something like 10 or 12 years old. And
that was me.
There was no way that they could parse this information out because it was just nonsensical to them.
No, it was very jabbering.
Yeah, and that's pretty much where it sits. I mean, I have a fairly decent working understanding of legalese, and even then I get lost in the EULAs. Because you have to understand, legalese is written with a very arcane and almost overly complex translation of the English language. So words you think mean this
like
way mean something.
a scroll from a bunch of wizards.
Yeah, actually, and that's the thing. Like, you actually have to go and look up most meanings for the legal definition of common words because they're using a 5th or 6th definition of something. So what you assume it means isn't what it means. And that's ultimately where the attack is probably going to be most successful. Because what's going to end up happening is it's going to be proven that the average person cannot understand 180 pages of EULA, especially when there's no, much like what you brought up with patch notes, I would expect that to be a legal requirement that would come, where if there are changes, you have to submit a secondary EULA to show the differences or the changes, much like a patch notes, so that way people don't have to go through and reread 130 pages to see that there's 5 lines of text that are different. You know, they just need to present the 5 lines of text that are different.
Ah, I mean? Died again.
Oh, no, dude. Oh, sorry, Vash. But no, dude,
no,
I think that's the crux of like what we're kind of arguing about here. Because what I'm hearing is we need better words.
Yeah.
Well, it's not so much better words. The thing is that, okay, law is incredibly dense material. I mean, usually when I start talking economics or law, I can hear the rest of the chat's eyes roll into the back of their head as they go into some sort of coma, because it's boring as shit.
You have a very organized academic background in it, and you're going to basically lecture to us. But here's the thing. Your knowledge on the topic is very strong, so of the people here, of anyone to lecture on that topic, you probably have a pretty good shot of being a decent person, and we acknowledge that.
Well, thank you for that.
Which is it's not a jab or anything. It's just, no, dude, I learn when I listen to you. That's why, like...
Oh, I didn't take it that way. I was being sincere. Thank you for that. Yeah, I know that it's frustrating, and I haven't been trying to beat you over the head with but this is the judgments made, this is the law standing. It's just, the frustrating part from my perspective is, since most people do not care about it until it affects their life, which is a standard human response. I'm not holding that against you. It's evolution as it is. You're not going to worry about what happens over the mountain if you're worried about dinner tonight. It's just a human condition.
Yeah.
The problem is the fact that there's enough legal substantiation of this that they can get away with turning the heat up a little bit more and cook the frog a little bit more. And now people are starting to realize that, hey, the frog next to me died. Hey, I'm starting to die. What's happening here? Well,
so we're getting lower on hit points.
Mm-hmm.
So we need more of my good buddy Herb and a couple of elixirs, maybe an X-Pack.
If it only were that way. But how's it going, Secular? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not much, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I wanted to say real quick, hey, man, I've lost 170 pounds now.
Congratulations.
Hey, man.
Thank you. So, what you all up to? I hear you talking about,
Go ahead.
Oh, I totally forgot.
We're talking about the, quote, new functionality built into Google Hangouts, and the fact it's not new functionality. It's 7 years old. The new functionality is the fact that it's now 2-button click instead of buried in the settings. So anyone and their mother can now use this functionality instead of people that like to play with their toys in detail. So part of the thing about it that a lot of people don't understand, I'm going to reiterate, every time you use Hangouts, you have to re-sign the EULA. That's part of how this has they've gotten away with this functionality ever since Hangouts was introduced.
Did you smack her eyebrow or something? Yeah.
But yeah, I personally seeing the way that everything is going, and I'm gonna go ahead and rant about something about gaming right now, speaking of EULAs and all of that shit. Why the fuck do we have this many client areas that we have to be a part of? Like, you know, oh, you want to play Fortnite? You got to have the Epic Games client. Oh, you want to play World of Warcraft? You got to have this client. Oh, you want to play this game that literally this is the only game that you play on this client? Well, you have to have the client in order to use it. And
you want to know why? I can give you the legal reason.
Go ahead.
It's the fact that each one of those clients has their own in-site terms of service. Every last one, from Uplay to Origin to the Activision Blizzard Battle.net shit, all of them have their own terms of service, their own EULA. So therefore, and this is something most people don't understand, if you sign the BNet, the Origin, or the Uplay, you actually sign over the intellectual property rights to anything you do with any game that's on that site. Period.
Wow.
Yep, and another thing is, so games on Steam, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're actually signing 2 EULAs. One for the game, for the developer, and one for Steam. You are basically, any game that you get digitally, you get a license to it, and it can be taken away from you at any time.
No. Steam specifically, no. If you buy games on Steam and your bank account standing is still a good, so you don't cheat, then no, they cannot. This is the case with the Bethesda.
It's what I mean with 2 EULAs, because you have one for the developer and one for Steam. While Steam may not, the developer can pull the game off the Steam platform and you lose access to it.
Yes. Okay. Now, I can bring up a real-world example of this. So when BioWare bought out what was bought out by EA pulled all of BioWare's titles. So even though I can still technically download the game, whatever, Steam actually refunded the paid cost from the receipt to my account the minute that they did this, so that way Steam wasn't liable. The Steam EULA actually trumpets the publisher EULA because of the way that the Steam contract is. And Valve Corp successfully sued EA over their action, which is why EA built Origin has been losing money left, right, and center trying to keep Origin up and working. So you're partially correct. And that's part of, again, why 76 from Fallout is on the Bethesda.net launcher instead of Steam. Because if it was on Steam, then everyone that was pissed off about what they got sold and was told outright that unless you had a physical copy of the game, which they never shipped, you're not eligible for a refund. That goes against the end user license agreement as a user of Steam. That's why I specifically left them out, because right now Steam is the best social media and games actor on the scene, and I have a lot of gripe with Valve Corp. So that's kind of a little hard to choke and say, but they are currently the best actor on market.
Yeah. But the fact remains that any game you get digitally can be taken from you because you're purchasing a license.
Yeah.
Not on Steam. You're actually purchasing a legal copy of the game, and that's part of why, like, Counter-Strike, for example, is still playable, because part of your contract with Steam is that you will have access to play these titles, irrespective of how old they are. So Counter-Strike 1 is still up and available to play. Now, they only have one fucking server, so if you don't like it, make your own, but they still have one running. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, at the moment, when it comes to Steam, they are still in a league of their own as far as that's concerned, which, as the top distributor for digital titles, is a good thing. If they were setting up if they were acting this way, then, uh-oh, what's this? Am I going to have to eat my shit?
No. Don't worry, I will look up stuff later.
Okay.
But this is the full transition from both my stream and the other one.
Okay.
So that way everyone gets an idea of the new stuff.
Okay, yeah.
It's unlisted right now, so.
Okay, thank you. No, I'll check that out when I'm not live. But it's one of those things where, I mean, Valve is in kind of its own little bubble, because it was the first digital publisher and they have such a significant market share that, I mean, Valve's major push right now is competing with Twitch and Facebook to make
real quick,
Steam an actual social media.
Just to go ahead and adjust or talk to the chat again. Hey, Sir Wolfie, sorry that you have your broken finger and the flu. I hope you get better, bud. Legitness Kid, how's it going? Hopefully you're enjoying our banter while I still try and figure out heads or tails of this goddamn game.
Praise Doug.
And praise Doug. All right, now you guys.
And if you're listening, don't forget to hit like.
Yeah, we only got 3 guys. Come on. What's the deal with that?
I only see 2, and I need a praise Doug from everyone before I hit that level.
Well, praise Doug then. No, but the big push of Steam right now is to compete with Amazon's Twitch and then to compete with Facebook's functionality. So the latest terms of service they just released has to do with their groups, so that way they don't fall afoul of like the Yahoo group suit that occurred, and to change the way that profiles are accessed. This is part of the reason why friendships on Steam are limited by your account bubble. There was a lot of gripe about that, but because of that, they got rid of a whole lot of the Chinese and foreign data miners that would hop on at, you know, a level 0 account, spam a bazillion people, lose the account because they're sharing some third-party site. I mean, they're really trying to make an actual gamer social media. And it's kind of working. I mean, at the highest I've had on a Steam broadcast has been about 500 users at once. And since they do the same thing, not the same thing that Hangouts does in its shitty presentation, but they do the same thing that Hangouts does where you don't need a third-party studio to stream it. It makes it very convenient because you just turn on the broadcasting via Steam and poof. I mean, it's... I don't know if they're going to succeed or not, but I kind of hope they do because I don't really like the particular way that a lot of the other social media companies are going. Whereas, like, oh, we can share back-end user data, it doesn't matter because you signed that away in your terms of service. Oh,
after doing the marketing analyst thing for all different platforms when it comes to streaming games and demographics targeted, Facebook is actually up there within a 99th percentile when it comes to target audience reached, as well as monetary options.
Yeah, but I've said things in the stream that would cost me my Facebook account just because I'm bad-mouthing Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Right, I mean, granted, you're going to have to obey rules that lock your shit down tighter than a dolphin's asshole, but the thing is, the opportunity's there.
Yeah, but I had more of a liberating, fun experience streaming games on Pornhub where I could say whatever I wanted, and no one cared.
Yeah.
As an American, it is quintessentially un-American to police speech. I find it offensive on an almost genetic level. I mean, especially for companies that are, quote, American companies. What the fuck are you doing?
Right, well... I'm with you on that. Wholeheartedly. From a business standpoint, you know, when it comes to, like, government-ran stuff, free speech does take into account. However, since people are the ones that run businesses that you can stream on, and it's not government-ran, they have their own terms of service. Now... Yeah. By government standards, businesses also have the free speech and the capability to kick anyone off of due to the term service, and the government would not be able to stop them. So while the government would support freedom of speech, the person who started the business may not.
No, I'm going to crush that right here now. If you are a publisher, you cannot curtail freedom of speech. Sorry, if you're a distributor. If you're a distributor, no, this is going back to paper newspapers and shit like that. If you're a distributor, you aren't responsible for freedom of speech. You're not responsible for what's posted on there. If you're a publisher, you are. So publishers can curtail and curate their results to show what they want because they are legally liable for what's printed. If you're a distributor, you're not. So that's the major difference. This is the reason why there was a lawsuit back, I think it was in the 1940s, over classified ads, and the classified sections of newspaper are handled completely differently, because the newspaper as a whole is not responsible if something is slipped in there that they didn't know about because whatever, because that's a completely separate section where it's not curated results. And that's where things run into it. What you're having is these digital media companies acting, claiming on one hand that they are just a hosting service. Ergo, they are just a distributor, period. However, the way they are acting is as a publisher, i.e., Twitter is selectively choosing which racism is allowed. So therefore, if you say something racist, truly racist against, any protected legal status class, then you lose your account. However, how many accounts have been banned for saying things like all white men are rapist murderers? Not that many that I'm aware of. That's a rather constant thing on Twitter. This is what I mean. They are acting as both. And that is the problem. If they acted fully as one or fully as the other, I don't think anyone would bitch. The fact they're doing both is the issue.
When the platform is considered open to the public, then that's when the free speech happens. Now, when they decide to do the whole censorship, that's when they become a publisher. I think you have the terms mixed up a little bit. Platform is, where everything is open and everything, where
you're talking specifically in a digital media. I'm speaking specifically I'm specifically talking from the curated legal judgment. You are either considered a distributor or you're considered a publisher from a legal sense. Now, a distributor is equivalent to a platform in social media. That is not the legal case. It's why we still call monopolies trusts in a legal sense. The trust is a word from 1906. There aren't any trusts anymore, but there are plenty of monopolies. The word means the same thing, but from a legal standpoint, it's antitrust law. It's not anti-monopoly law, even though it covers the exact same action.
Yeah.
So we're kind of talking past each other, because I'm speaking in legalese and you're talking about the actual claims and presentations therein. Yeah.
And one of the streams, I went over the FTC and stuff like that for the possible YouTuber law. Now actually filing, against Patreon and, stuff like that because of possible violations of antitrust.
Mm-hmm. But they're not claiming that they're not. He's not claiming specifically that Patreon is a trust. He's specifically claiming that they're acting like a monopoly.
Yeah,
that's where, from a legal standpoint, when he files his injunction, it will be listed as a trust, even though the common parlance is monopoly, which is where
even with the even with the FTC and the antitrust laws, I went over it briefly. And you were there. So with that most specific to the case, it crushed competition and possible revenue. Mm-hmm. And it's in conjunction with each other, because I don't care what anyone says, that was not a coincidence.
Oh, I concur. But what you have in your gut feeling is not what you can prove legally. Though that's the difference.
Well, that's what's getting the door open, is because of the coincidence or quote unquote coincidence, that it happened at the same time. With the FTC now opening up an investigation, like I said before, 6 months to a year, I would not be surprised if Subscribestar got all the payment processes back.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if 6 months to a year Patreon was done.
That'll be a thing, because with the amount of fines that is going to be hit with Patreon, it's not going to be a drop in a bucket.
Well, I don't even think it's going to last that long, because just the grassroots user revolt that's a non-campaign. It's just people do not want to pay the donation fee, let alone the service fee of the account that is receiving the money.
Right. When you pay a service fee when you pay a service fee and then you get the content that a content that you like is taken off, and you're paying the service fee for that, and then that would come into the whole free speech thing. Because
Well,
the thing
yeah,
is, now they're processing a payment in relation to this, and they're making a profit off of it.
Well, one of the things that YouTube law didn't even touch on, and I'm surprised he didn't, is the fact that Patreon has been proven to double dip. Because Patreon specifically charges the account received a processing fee for handling their account, and on the account donating, they charge a service fee for the privilege of donating, which is technically double dipping, which is illegal across the board internationally. You can't do that. Now they're claiming that they're using a 1099 contract and it's equivalent to charging a sales tax kind of thing, and it's not, and that's part of what's messed up about it. But that's a wholly different layer of attack that I'm surprised that YouTube law didn't go after. Probably because it's a weaker layer of attack, but it's still something fucked up. And I don't understand why I get charged 4.9 something percent service fee, and for every dollar donated, yet I have to pay almost 30% processing or whatever for the privilege of them curating that money. What? I mean, so it ends up working out that you're only getting like 65 cents on the dollar for every dollar donated to Patreon because of the way they're double dipping.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Once the FTC opens that case, they're going to find that too and be like, oh, well, that's another 10 mil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the things that they did with me, back whenever I was playing Baldi's Basics, may that fucking game burn in hell, but back whenever I was playing that, whenever Server Troll donated 50 for me to play it, I didn't get that 50. Instead, it was distributed amongst anyone that I was already a patron of. And I personally, if they're a payment process, like they say in that video, over and over again, then I should have, as a content creator, I should have gotten the 50, and then I should have been able to choose how I want to give the whole deal. And that's why
that's a completely different problem. But you're absolutely right. Like, they should not be able to take, just because you have, like, again, this goes back to a credit card suit against American Express, where American Express cannot make payments on your behalf when they are processing payments received. And that is what they got successfully sued for, because they were already making payouts, and a couple of banks got hit with this too. U.S. Bank got hit. I think it was United Missouri Banks, UMB Bank. What the fuck is that? You retarded misery fuckers. But I mean, like, they got hit too with the same problem, where they were outright, determining that they would pay this out and it would bankrupt your account, so therefore they could throw fees on it without your go-ahead because you used an automatic payment service.
Well, the one way they get around that is that they have a sort of wallet that the money goes to hold for you. And then so legally they'll be like, well, you know what? You have a wallet. You already have the money in there. We'll go ahead and distribute that to your patrons. And that's how they get around it legally.
Yeah, that's gray area. I would expect that regulated soon. That's part of where we're getting into. This is one of the things that I'm not liking, is the fact that you're going to get to the point where I do believe Medicare is right in this, where they're going to require a real authentication token ID, much like the British are forcing. Because like in Britain right now, if you get caught looking at porn without an official porn license, it's considered under the same rubric as viewing child porn.
Really?
Yes, really. So
what
the government
gets
to know what you wank. Well, the government now gets to know what you wank it to. And the way that that's going to, I think, trickle down is that everyone is going to be required to have a real authenticated ID, and there won't be a Maestra Theranthropy. There will be insert first and last name, and there is no getting around that.
Well, let me tell you, if they look at what I've been looking at, they're gonna gouge their eyes out. But first, in a waiting room.
Oh, yep. One of you guys are an admin. You guys can drag them up.
There we go.
Got it.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
Hiding in my car. How is everyone?
Having a rather dry, esoteric conversation about law. It's now the second stream I've been on, not on my channel, where I'm just being a boring old fogey. Fantastic.
Hey, the conversation is nice, though.
I got something I want to bring up, actually, on that topic of gaming and politics.
Mm-hmm.
The Rockstar Games boycott. I wonder if you guys know about that, what you thought about it.
What did Rockstar
Was it in
do?
reference to Red Dead?
Yeah, Red Dead.
Oh, well, in that case, support Red Dead Redemption 2. Make sure to...
No. Actually, I will comment on that. The reason why there is a consumer revolt to ban it from the consumer side before they threw on the lovely little leftist fucking viewpoint was the fact that the consumers were pissed that Rockstar brought in loot boxes because they said they wouldn't.
Oh, yeah, that.
Wait, hold on. They brought in loot boxes?
Supposedly all cosmetic, but yes, they did.
Ew, double ill. No.
So that's a two-factor problem there, Secular. It's not just the left wing. You can punch a feminist and feed her to an alligator. Violence against women because NPCs are real. It's not just that. The original problem with Rockstar was presented by the fact that Rockstar is the best-looking publisher this year, this quarter, because of EA's Battlefront 5's after.
Actually, no, it doesn't have anything to do with either of those things. I didn't know about either of those. Well, I mean, I knew about the punching feminist thing, but I didn't care about that. I'm actually talking about what I heard about was the protest because of the workers being worked extra hours without pay and all that, and they're trying to cut down on the industry doing that to their developers.
Oh,
well, it's federally.
It's a three-factor problem. Shit, I didn't even know about that.
That's the thing. Federally, it's illegal as well. I mean, you can't force them to work without pay, and you can't fire them for it either.
Yes, you can if you are a salaried employee.
Where's that law at?
Work without pay. You're a salaried employee. That's how you owe hours. Period. Have you guys never signed a salaried contract ever in your lives?
I haven't.
They worked.
Oh my god.
They worked really hard on that horseball simulator. Leave them alone.
Okay.
So
well,
salary, like I understand the concept on salary, and I can get it, like because you get it, you work until you get the job done, and then you're paid a certain amount per year. I get that.
Per month, actually.
Per month. Okay.
Yeah. It's factored per year, but the way that a salaried contract works is, let's say I'm going to hire Vash to work for me for salary. So I'm going to say he works 60 hours a week and is going to get $40,000 a year. Okay. So that works out
one blueberry.
Well, and that gives him like, $5,000 per month or whatever. Now, if he only works 45 hours one week, even if his work is done, the next week I can demand he works 75 hours or else he's in breach of contract and I can sue him for every fucking penny he has. Period.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna look that up just for clarification.
Oh yeah, look it up, man. I've been a salaried employee many times in my life. There's no reason to go salary unless you're getting 75 to 80,000 net a year. Otherwise, you're going to be
working from home.
Well, that would be nice, but if you're making less than 75,000 net, which is 94,000 a year gross, you're going to be worked at 80 hours a week, give or take. And you'd make more on overtime than you would on salary, even with perks and benefits. It's not worth it. Now, in that net, you do need to qualify the health insurance benefits, life insurance benefits, company car, company house, all that shit into determining whether or not you reach that 75,000 net. However, those perks do come with their expectation that you do meet your weekly requirement. If you don't, you're in breach of contract. You can be sued, you can be fired, you can be held liable for embezzlement because you stole hours from the company.
Yeah.
So we let these laws exist. That's just fucking amazing.
Dude, salaried positions have been around since the 1880s. Like, this is nothing new.
Vash, I want to hire you for one blueberry a month.
One blueberry. You know what? As long as I also get Hot Pockets.
A Hot Pocket and a blueberry?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay. But do you get the little aluminum foily thing to heat up your Hot Pocket, or you just get the frozen Hot Pocket?
Oh, no.
Yeah, you just get the frozen Hot Pocket.
I'll be all right with that.
Yeah, you got to find the apparatus to heat it up yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll use a lighter and I'll just be like this, like I'm some like crackhead or something.
Now, the reason why there's been no real overworking of salaried employees for the past 150 years is because you are upper middle class for the most part, excluding the tech sector if you're a salaried employee. The reason why this is making news, especially what I would guess with the company that made Red Dead Redemption, Rockstar, is you can't work for a tech company without being salaried because they normally come with an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. They also usually come with a non-compete agreement, an NCA, as well.
Yeah.
So, those are
Isn't that
factors where you can't require an hourly employee to sign an NDA or an NCA. It's against the law. You can only do that to salaried employees. So since the tech sector rose up in the late 90s, early 2000s, you're starting to see lower class workers or below lower class workers that are forced to live under salaried conditions, because that's what you sign. You sign a salaried payment and you're getting like $1,200 a month on salary pay. So you're working 100 hours a week. Enjoy that, because in those salaried things, it's 60 hours minimum up to et cetera, et cetera. Like that was one of the things that I would always sign when I would be doing event security, is I'd have to sign a salaried position because it would be a minimum of 50 hours a week up to not including 100 hours a week, standard salary contract. So just to maintain contract, if the work demands it, I have to put down 100 hours and I only get paid for my 50, period.
Yeah, like those jobs that I've done where I've done like 80 hours of work but getting paid for 40.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna mention any of the companies because I'm not completely mad at them, but at the same time, I will say that was shit.
Oh yeah, but see, the thing is that there's been a cultural shift. I mean, you used to be upper middle class to be salaried. That's why it was one of the perks of having a salary position. You're in the 50, 60, 70, 80,000 a year bracket. That's not the case anymore. Now you have people that are below poverty standard minimum wage setting under a salary position with a non-compete, non-disclosure, and intellectual property shit. This is part of the thing that the Google employees got hit with, including James Damore, when they did their leaks of practices within Google, was they technically broke their non-disclosure agreements, and they are subject to damages dealt to the company, even perceived damages from public backlash. This is why whistleblowing laws exist, but they're not subject to them because reasons. I don't know why. They should be.
Speaking of fucked up Google shit, Optimus, we should talk about Hangouts.
Oh, we already went over that, but I gotta hop off and take a hot shower. It's like a normal shower, but with me in it.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Well, have fun with that, Optimus. And definitely look into salaried positions, because it will freak you the fuck out how much of your life you side away to sign a salary, and it's not worth it anymore. Like, it was worth it back in the 1920s, 1930s, because then you could speak your mind and not lose your position because you came 3% below sales or whatever because you're on salary. But now, I mean, you're talking about a minimum wage job, and you still have to put up with all the crap that you get from a salary requirements. It's not worth it. Especially the way the internship program works with salaried employees. Holy fuck!
If I would consider a salary at a minimum of $55K a year if I worked at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I would consider it, because at that point I'm saving on gas. I'm able to make my own lunch and not have to buy out.
Yeah.
It's all about the cost-benefit analysis when you're doing that. It's how much you save compared to how much you're making.
Yeah, but you also have to consider how much you're getting per hour because of the hours owed and hours required for job completion. So even though you're working from home, if you're working 110 hours a week, because there's 144 hours in a week, so 110 you can still sleep. Is it still worth that $55,000 when that's actually closer to $20,000 a year because of the hours worked? That's what
I would seriously have to look at the hours being demanded,
Well, but that changes. That's in flux. That's part of how that works because it's written in.
Right, but with each salary position, the hours is different. I mean, it's not a standard across the board. They're going to demand 110.
No, I understand that, but the clause that I'm talking about that is written into the de facto, asklegalprohelp.com for a salary is as needed hours per week, not less than. So it's not less than 20, 30, or 40, but up to whatever is required by the company.
Yeah.
That is standard. So it doesn't matter if we're talking about that they need 30 hours a week or they demand 100 hours a week. They can just say that, it's getting close to Trample People Day, Black Friday. So therefore, you're going to work 130 hours because that's what's needed. Period. That's written into the de facto common everyday run-of-the-mill contract. That's just how it is.
Well, they better have my blueberries then. But I do have to jump off here.
Take care, man.
All right, and yeah, we're gonna talk about this more. Don't think this is over.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Have a good one, everyone.
Yep.
Later, man.
Later.
All right.
So have I successfully depressed everyone in chat?
Yes.
I don't know. Bunny seems to be a little bit more upset that she's not gonna be able to look at her porns.
Well, man, I don't want the government knowing what I wank it to. What the fuck's that about? Why? All I can think of is for social shaming and for social blackmail. I do not see a reason why that needs to be known.
Yeah.
You're not going to stop dark web looking. You're going to find a way to get around that authentication token. This is why the default act of viewing porn is viewed that way. It doesn't matter. The default thing is viewing porn without the authenticator token means that you're watching child porn, even if you're watching, mature grannies hump each other. I mean, come on. What the shit's that about?
Ugh. I didn't want to picture that.
What, you didn't want to picture like 90-year-old scissor sisters? Really?
Yeah, no thanks.
Server Troll's in the waiting room, by the way.
Oh, Server Troll? Alright, I'll drag him up.
Alright, thank you.
You're live, Server Troll.
Hey, Server Troll, how's it going? You have been dethroned as the stream boss. Mr. Ogre seems to be the stream boss now.
So what's his current HP right now?
Let me double check for you.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'll refresh it for everybody to see. That Mr. Ogre definitely is. He is at 4,100 on his health.
Congrats.
Yeah. That was from his awesome donation of 20 bucks, but that was also off screen, but still he did say Merry Mass, and it was a little bit late, but he did donate, so I would like to greatly thank him for that.
Nice.
Very cool, man. Very, very cool.
Yeah. And Ogre, if you're listening, thanks again. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate any donations. I don't like asking for them because to me I feel like I need to work harder on my streams if I do. But any little bit helps. Helps buy the Dargun a pizza, and it helps feed Luna whenever the Dargun's full of pizza.
Donate him to play Baldi.
No. Fuck that game.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
And click that pesky ad block off.
Yeah, as if I actually have advertisements go over my games.
I just had to throw out some mundane Matt, like, this is fake news shit, because, that still makes me giggle. None of that happened! It was all a lie! Dude, I saw this live. What the fuck's
Damn,
wrong?
look at all those tabs!
Yeah.
Like, the only video that I've ever flagged was one that decided to use the same name of my stream, and it was like a video on trying to how to hack Pokemon Go, and I was like, I don't fucking support that shit. Like, why the hell are you putting my name on there? And I believe that that's actually, you know, that's what it's used for, right?
Yep.
So
That's
supposed to be
intended use.
Alright. Alright, because I wanted to make sure about that because, you know, I personally don't like using it. You know, for the most part, if somebody's going to use my videos, if anything, just notify me that you're using it so that way I can see. You know, that's basically all I ask. Other than that, I don't care. Like, if you want to make a meme of me, I'll laugh along with you.
Well, I think I've successfully brought down everyone's mood. What's something cheerful we can discuss that's not just loaded full of black pills?
Dad joke?
How idiotic Queen of the South is.
Oh my lord.
Hold up. How about that? I don't suppose any of you subscribe to this group called Shameless Nameless on Facebook, do you?
No, I don't.
No, I don't really pay attention to Facebook too much. But
there's this video that's been going around like crazy. People have been reposting it, and it was even posted in, I think, Mad Libertarian's Discord at one point. It's this trans throwing a shit fit in a demanding to be called ma'am.
Oh, in a GameStop?
Yes!
Ma'am, sir! That's ma'am to you! Oh, she was pissed in that one. Oh,
yes!
Like, okay, so funny story about that. So one of my patrons links me this, right? And he's just like, check this out. And I'm like, oh god, this is another Fallout 76 destruction video. And then I turn it on, I'm like, oh god! It's real! A G in their natural environment. Holy shit! That's pissed. You called me sir!
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god. I mean, GameStop's a shitbag. I don't feel sorry for the corporation. The individual clerks gotta have it just rough when that's what they're putting up with. Like, goddamn. It was that one or like the vape shop guy that lost his shit.
Oh god, I'm planning on looking into that one. I actually downloaded the video. Holy shit. By the way, stay tuned for the TokenDargun Relax stream. We will be going in depth on that. But this dude flips the fuck out, all because this guy had a Trump shirt on.
Yeah, I did that on yesterday morning stream, and it was just a riot. I could not stop fucking laughing, and it's just absolutely absurd. Poor little ginger bastard got triggered.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, the dude was like, now I can understand him getting mad at the way that the guy was talking to him, and I don't know what was happening before that was starting to be recorded, but whenever he got, like, the fact that he was screaming and the guy was like, no, I want to fucking, you know, you have a service, I want to buy it, you know.
Oh, the best part of the video is when he said, you can either sell me this product or you can go to jail. That's where your life's at right now. And he's absolutely fucking right. Dude assaulted him, and go on the... I don't like the thing of, you know, there are no bad targets, there's only bad tactics. Like, I don't like the inverse of that, where there's no bad tactics, there's only bad targets. But I don't see a reason why the Trump guy should have been nice to him at all. And I'm glad that he handled him the way he did. Cause,
oh, yeah.
That guy was off his fucking rocker. Like, Jesus.
Like, I mean, whenever I said that, I mean, like, I don't know if he was, like, being, like, extremely rude to him before he did that, because there are some of those cases, but at the same time, if you're working in retail, throw your fucking political shit in the back room, alright? whenever you're paying for whenever a customer is a paying customer, it doesn't matter what their fucking political view is. What matters is the money in their hand and the fact that you can satisfy what they're bringing the fucking money for. You know?
Yeah, but Vash, that's not the current zeitgeist in culture. If that were the case, why is it St. Jude was pressured into giving back, like, what, $14,000 because it came from a bigot? I mean, again, I'll bring up an analogy I brought up on another stream. Henry Ford. People bought his cars. Dude was an actual National Socialist. People still bought his cars.
Yeah.
The guy was listed as an enemy of the people and tried under the American Sedition Act. He's one of the last people tried under that fucking thing. He's up there with Admiral, what the fuck, the guy from the Revolutionary War, Colonel Bennett, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he's up there with that as the short list of names that have been tried for sedition/treason. And people still use Fords. Like, what the fuck? I find that to be a rather interesting cultural shift. I don't understand why that's the case. Well, that hacking feature is kind of interesting. What?
That's U.S. history for you.
Oh, the hacking puzzles?
Yeah, the hacking puzzle of this game's pretty advanced for what it is. Like, I like how that works, where you have a stream strength and you have to select where what goes.
There's like a bunch of puzzles for that. Like, it has like a series of them, and I put all of the difficulty all the way up to 10 all the way through. And I have no clue as to what all I need to do, but there's even a timer as to when the space shuttle is going to blow up, apparently.
So you're just derping it around, lost as shit, just like, I hope I figure it out before the timer ends.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice, very nice. No, yeah, no, I mean, as far as like those two particular instances, I think what's going to happen in a cultural way is that it's going to become too unprofitable for corporations across the board to, in effect, subscribe their morality to people. So they're just going to end up stopping doing it because there's too many instances of this where they're just going to have to, you know, basically say, as long as you don't break the law or act out of turn while on the clock, we don't care. And go back to where a dollar's a dollar and that's what matters. And that's honestly what they need. Like I was saying on another stream, I want financial institutions to be financial institutions, not churches. I don't find that to be appropriate. I don't see why MasterCard can dictate their morality to me when they have a virtual monopoly over the international credit market.
Yeah, I've never understood that. Living in the buckle of the Bible Belt here, and you know, most people are like, well, it's not all of those. Well, okay, I can concede to not all, but at the same time, there's a large majority, especially the place that I'm at now. You have to know somebody before you can actually before you can get hired. Like, if you gotta, and one of the questions on interviews, and yeah, it's kind of lightened up a little bit since, but one of the questions was basically, oh, well, what church do you go to? And it's like, what the fuck does it matter what church I'm going to? You know, it doesn't matter if I even go to fucking church. I have the ability to do the job that you're wanting me to fucking do.
Well, the point where that comes in, as long as they're not a publicly traded company and they're a private company, they can ask those things. Just to let you know. It doesn't matter where they're from. As long as they're not publicly traded, they can do that. If they're publicly traded, they can't fucking do that. Like, that's against the law already.
But
so it really matters if they're on the public stock trading market or not.
Like, I mean, there was one interview where they said that, and I was like, I don't have to answer that. And they said, what do you mean? I said, well, because my religious belief has nothing to do with the job that you guys are presenting for me to do. Like, that doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that I can do the job. And, you know, the guy just kind of, he didn't say anything, like, negative or anything. He just went, huh, never heard from him again.
Mm-hmm. Well, but that goes back to, again, like, the old business paradigm is that you have the right to discriminate against anyone you want in your business. So you can say that I will not serve you. You have the right to withhold service. Just the same way you have the right to withhold employment.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a monopoly doing that, they don't have that right. But then again, I don't know of a single monopoly in at least the last 140 years that hasn't been publicly traded. So that's why those things cover. I mean, the closest difference that I can think of would be Bethesda software, because Bethesda is a private company even to this day. Like Bethesda Softworks, ZeniMax, Online Studios, that they're all privately owned. So they are not held to the same standard as the publicly traded companies.
Yeah.
And I mean, arguably, they don't have a monopoly. They don't. They were, prior to Fallout 76, the largest publisher, distributor of, you know, their own games, because Valve Corp is actually the largest digital distributor, but not for their own products. Hell, the last Valve game made was, what, Portal 2? I mean, those really are just reskins of Fallout 2. They're not a new game.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I did enjoy, still waiting on Half-Life 3, I wanted to say that first and foremost. But,
it's not coming.
I can dream, Harold. But
yeah,
no.
but there's no reason for them to spend the several $100 million to develop a new engine when they're already the top of the top when it comes to internet distributors. They get 30 cents every dollar that's transmitted on Steam. Whether you're buying accounts to upgrade your cards to upgrade your account to DLC to games, it doesn't matter. Yeah, if you're buying shit off the market for like cool emojis or whatever, they're still getting 30 cents every transaction. Why should they invest in making a video game anymore? Why? Especially when you look at all of their competitors as far as game creation goes, and they're just shooting themselves in the foot. You know, like I was bringing up, like Rockstar Games is the only one who got it right this holiday season. EA got it wrong with Battlefield 5, telling people that if you don't like it, don't buy it, so they didn't.
Well, Doom, the people that made Doom.
Doom is owned by ID Software with a subsidiary of Bethesda, which is a subsidiary of ZeniMax. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm meaning the whole Doom Eternal and all of that. They seem to be doing
Bethesda,
right.
not Valve Corp.
Oh, yeah, true.
I mean, yeah, no, man. Like, no. That's a Bethesda IP, because that's an ID Software IP, which is a ZeniMax, subsidiary. Yeah, but I mean, there's no digital publisher that got it right. They are down billions and billions of dollars this fourth quarter. There's not a single one of them that's coming out in the profit loss market in the black at all. They're all in the red. Rockstar's the only one that's doing a good job, and if they're getting, a boycott by their own employees and their fans and their detractors, they're probably not going to last too long either, even with the best game on the market right now. Because that's just too much shit. I mean, Blizzard and Activision shot themselves in the foot hard with that whole, well, you own mobile phones, right? Not understanding that in the Eastern market, you have a 3-hour commute via train to get to work and 3 hours back, 6 hours round trip. So you're playing on your phone. They are not time wealthy in the Eastern market. We are. Therefore, we use home consoles, home computers.
Yeah.
The market's completely different. And yeah, do you own a phone? Fuck you! I paid $500 to go to BlizzCon. What are you doing, you dipshits?
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, no. Like, one of the things that could have been their saving grace would have been, we're showing the development of like what we're upgrading on, even if it was Diablo 2, showing the development of what they're upgrading on it, and then saying, oh, by the way, we have this mobile game. it would have actually been a little bit better than how they decided to do it.
Oh hell yeah! Like all they would have had to have done was just throw in the fact that we're porting in Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, and as far as new stuff goes, here's a mobile game we got while we're working on building a new engine for Diablo 4.
But like, why would you want to present a mobile game in BlizzCon to begin with, really?
Because in the Asian market, it's much more profitable. The largest mobile game in the Asian market reeled in about $4 trillion last year because of microtransactions, because you're stuck in a train, standing there doing nothing. You might as well spend $5 for extra energy, extra health, extra whatever.
Yeah.
You can't get off the train. I mean, there's a reason why the train companies themselves sell fucking adult diapers, because you can't make it to a restroom. You're just expected to shit yourself while you're standing there. Like, that's what I mean by being time wealthy. You know, in America, or in the West in general, you drive to work, you drive home, half-hour commute, both ways. You know, an hour, maybe, if you're unlucky. Right? And you're looking at a 3-hour commute to Shanghai if you work in Japan. In China. You're looking at a 2-hour commute to Tokyo if you work in Japan. Like, these are standard, constant things. So therefore, you spend all your time playing games on your phone because it's the only thing you can carry with you, especially on a train that's so packed together that, again, the entire Asian market has a huge problem with, like, train molesters, because there's nothing you can do about it. You're packed in there like sardines, so if someone grabs your ass, it's not like you can call the cops. There's a myriad of issues with that. Like, if you want to see a prime example of that, look at New York City circa 1904.
Yep.
You know, when the way you commuted was rail car and pre-subways.
Yeah, and there's still some areas that still do that. Like, you know, it is a lot more beneficial. Like, if you live in New York City, and I've walked around there, don't have a fucking car. Don't even so much as invest in one. Use the subway systems, because the car, you will be late 90% of the time if you chose to use your car.
Yeah, but out here, good luck trying to use public transportation. I mean, I'm in Kansas City. There's been many times where it's been an hour car ride to get from the suburb into downtown, because you're going 65, 70 miles just to make it from the suburbs to downtown, which is completely different from New York. We don't have a busing system out here that's worth a shit. The Joe is a joke. The Metro bus system's an absolute waste of time.
Yeah.
You know, you need a car. It's the difference between an eastern and western city. Like, good luck trying to take public transit in LA, and they are a metropolis too, because they're a western city. They're built wide, not tall.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about an entirely different region and how it was built. And again, if you go to the Asian market, most of those are built like eastern cities because they're thousands of years old. I mean, Beijing and Shanghai are not new cities. Tokyo's not a new city. Like, those things have been around for thousands of years. They've been built over each other thousands of years. I mean, you know, it's much like how Mexico City is built on the top of the Aztec capital, and that's why if you ever dig a basement, you likely find archaeological ruin. Same thing.
Wait, what's built on it?
Mexico City is built on top of the Montezuma, the capital of the Aztecs, because you leveled it to the ground. So if you're building a new building and you want to dig a basement in Mexico City, you will create an archaeological dig, because you run into parts of Mexico, of Montezuma, just by digging down a good 5 or 6 feet, because it was bulldozed basically and just built on top of, to completely destroy any landmark remnant of it. I mean, the Spaniards were a whole lot meaner than the English and French were. Nobody talks about it though, but they were pretty brutal motherfuckers.
Yeah, also the fact that Christopher Columbus wanted to be called the arbiter of the sea.
Well, I mean, Christopher Columbus was a Portuguese gentleman that was doing anything he could to up his standing in Europe. So, I mean, I don't... Like, again, we're judging, 500 years later with our current morality. That's not exactly a good thing. I was just bringing up a historical fact about like how that works and how those cities like overlap each other. Tokyo's a similar, you know, Beijing is absolutely that way, and that's one of the things that the People's Republic of China has a major issue with, is that they keep destroying archaeological, you know, shit when they build something new, and they're, you know. But then again, modern Chinese don't even know about Tiananmen Square, and that happened in my lifetime.
Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't really know what to say to that, to be honest. You just made me even more sad, Maestro.
Dude, I'm pissing off your chat, depressing your chat. I'm pissing off the people. I should probably sunset myself and just go, because I'm having a great time, but I'm apparently dragging everyone else down.
Oh no, I don't think that. I mean, this is stuff that they need to hear. It's one of those deals that, to me, it's like man, we're saying this because you guys need to be aware of this type of shit. Like, really. And the fact that you are upset about this only shows that you're human.
Yeah, because if you're not upset about what the fuck's going on in the world, you're just not paying attention.
Well, yeah, I mean, to tie back into the Hangout conversation earlier, that's what has happened. I mean, people weren't paying attention until after the law and judgments were made, and now that they're finding out about it and care, there's very little they can do. I mean, and that is part of the problem. I mean, people are apathetic by nature. To quote Men in Black, a person is smart, people are stupid. Well, in the same way, a person is active, people aren't. And that's part of the issue. People just want to get through work, get through their day. You know, they don't have typically enough time to do X, Y, or Z because they have other more pressing things to do.
Oh, and by the way, if you guys are mad that you're seeing these things over and over again, trust me, I am too. Every time I die, this is one of those games that back in my day, we had to manually save every fucking time that we wanted to save. Every time. And it's very frustrating, especially with as difficult.
Oh, no autosave feature made you lazy, and now you don't remember to do it no more. Oh.
Yeah.
Poor Vash. You should load up like old school fucking Doom 1 and then try to clear a level without saving, dude.
Oh no, I'm actually really good at Doom. That's one of the reasons why.
That's what I'm talking about, though. It's the same basic concept, you know. Like, you're not at the point where you bound, like, you know, quick save to F5 and hitting that every time you clear a room. Like, I'm just noticing for your gameplay, you're showing the signs of a modern gamer. Like, you're not saving every time you get a new thing figured out. So that way you have to go back and redo an hour's worth of work. Oh, dude, that shit was frustrating in, like, Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2 times. Yeah, the original fucking Diablo was that way. Oh my god.
Yeah. I gotta say, I'm enjoying it, but it is frustrating.
Well, yeah, this is an 8-bit game. Like, one of the hardest games ever made is original Metroid, because the minute you move off screen, everything respawns. It's totally unfucking forgiving. It does not give a shit about your fucking feelings.
And that's why I love these games, because I gotta say, these games need to come back because of how many people just go, oh yeah, these games, Cuphead is hard. Cuphead is hard. Motherfucker, play this game. I've went through Cuphead. I destroyed that fucking game. Try and play this one.
What about Baldi's?
Sorry, go ahead.
I got through Baldi's exactly as I needed to. And I am not going back to it again because that's based on luck, that's not based on skill. This at least has the deal of being fair.
How much do I have to donate you so you can play Baldi's again then?
I'm not gonna do it. It's like I've already done it. And we already agreed, and you already agreed that you wouldn't.
I know.
So, it's done. Baldi's is done.
You know what? You should play Ultimate 8.
Well, I'll give it a shot. Like, originally I got onto this one because Ogre wanted to watch me play this, so like, I gotta say it's very, very frustrating game. Extremely. Like,
well, I mean, games
whoa.
aren't supposed to be a form of grief. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, games are fundamentally supposed to be for your enjoyment and fun. And if you really want to kill yourself every 5 seconds, then you're probably doing something wrong. Just a thought.
Oh shit.
You don't have a gun this time? Oh, you're gonna get eaten. Yeah. I went the wrong way. I didn't get the last gun. Shit. Dead.
Oh. Okay, I killed that before I will take 2 of my med packs. Whew. That I had a live grenade, so I couldn't use a med pack, and oh.
So save then. Jesus, why are you gonna be like, oh, I did it, and then not save? What's wrong with you? You're just bitching about the fact you're not saving enough.
There.
Are you just whine? Is that what you're after?
I am. I'm going to have to say I am a masochist.
Okay.
And
so I got a plate of cheese ready to go with your wine.
Oh, okay. Now, you also have to bash every security camera in order for this bitch's security to be down. Like, it's a sentient AI that's supposed to be for their security protocol, and your character is sent in there to go in and, like, like, you know the Borg off of Star Trek?
Vaguely.
That's basically what this bitch is. And she's planning to kill off the thing within 6 hours, which I think is actually a reasonable 6 hours our time, which I think is a reasonable, you know, amount of time to stop them. I hope.
Speaking of number 6, Vash, do you want to hear a one-liner?
What?
6:30 is the best time, hands down.
Oh, that's a dad joke. That's terrible.
He does that. He does that.
That is fantastically awful. Thanks for that stuff, man.
You're welcome.
Okay, now that lever is broken. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get through that door, but I think that there must be something good in it. Give me that stun gun, even though it's next to useless right now. Another 4 cases. Okay. Now I go over here.
Get the note that you read. Read the note that you read 8 times.
Yeah. Get the note. Read the data.
Well, as far as one of the topics you mentioned, I mean, as far as Queen of the South, aka Sarah, goes, I was holding reservation until the COG stream she was on the other day, and yeah, have you guys heard that thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she tried to explain to me that she absolutely was not racist.
Okay.
This was before all this.
If you'd like, I got the actual timestamps down to the second. If you'd like them.
Okay, we're on Saturn's orbit. Live pods at 98%. Echo pods. Okay, and that's destroyed. Okay, cool.
You actually beat the level?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm still on the medical bay. Like, this game is like one of those games that it doesn't necessarily have a level.
It has a region.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, going back down here.
So, how did she justify that that wasn't what it directly sounded like? I'm curious about.
Like, this was...
It quacks like a duck.
Yeah, this was before she got kicked from COG server, and I gotta say I occasionally go in there and I like talking with some of the regulars that are there, you know. Good there's some good people there, but I decided to go in there and I noticed that nobody was talking with her. And I asked it, and Foxy was like, yeah, like, pretty much everybody's pissed off at her. And I was like, okay, you know, that's fine, I guess. And then she goes into this tirade of, oh, there are white N-words and there are black N-words and all this other stuff. I'm obviously not going to say it on stream. But, you know, it's one of those types of deals. Where I was just like, whoa, hold on. Like, and then she was like, well, I'm not racist, but there are. And I'm like, well, anybody that would say that would, it's gonna take, like, some convincing for me to not think that they're racist. I mean... Well,
factually based, excluding the wonderful choice of vocabulary, she is correct. If you're talking about the portions of a racial group that, you know, that is poor white trash or any racial iteration thereof, of course they exist. Of course everyone has it because we're all people. That's kind of a do you have to say it sort of statement.
Yeah, and then I got mad at her. It's
observable reality. You're not really...
I got mad at her, and this is exactly why I don't even like being compared to her. But I got mad at her because I was like, you do realize that it's not the word that's offending me. It's how you're using the word. Like,
oh, yeah. Inflection, intonation, and pitch. It's those three things.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that bothers me.
Because, well, I mean, that's also fully open to interpretation. So, I mean, you know, but then again, I'm pointing to directly the one where I made my mind up on the subject. That's why I'm bringing it up. Because it's like, I got the exact time codes for what I'm saying to back my shit up if you want them. Oh, nope, he's talking to Luna.
Yeah, I was talking to Luna real quick. Sorry about that.
No, that's alright. It's alright. It's just, again, if you're gonna make extraordinary claims, you better fucking have evidence.
Yeah, exactly. And she was sitting there trying to say that, and I was like, you know, I went off on her because to me it's like, no, it's not the word. I personally don't give a shit about the word. You can spout out the word over and over again like a fucking spurging kid that's playing Call of Duty. But, you know, whenever it comes to you are intentionally trying to say it to get a rise out of somebody, that's whenever I have an issue with it. Like, because you know what you're fucking doing. You know exactly what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
No, I know. I just, you brought it up and I was just like, ooh, do I really? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Because I really have stayed out of this whole fiasco, and it wasn't until that live stream with COG that it really mattered to me, you know. And, the reason why it mattered was not only was it repeated over and over again, but
and nobody let me do my joke. I was gonna add a southern accent and going, now COG, I gotta say it was an honor streaming with you, and you were just the best, and yeah, but Everybody was like, stop brown nosing, I don't give a shit. I was like, oh, I can't do my joke.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't wish to subscribe motive because that's a really shit thing, and I don't like that. It's just I cannot look at that stream and at what's said at those times without just cringing because it's so blatant. It's very similar to the problem I had on Suits channel with this fucking doxer he had there that I picked a fight with me for no fucking reason and just started going off on Suit, calling him an abo this, abo that. It's just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you doing?
No,
is this how you make friends?
I don't think that he sounded like a fucking bogan by any stretch of the imagination. He knows how to enunciate his words and do them very, very properly.
Like,
oh, yeah. You know, I didn't hear him going, "Good day, mate, I'm gonna tell you what the fucking," you know. No,
yeah.
No, he's very artistic with his words. He's, you know.
Yeah, no, he's quite articulate. There's no question there. But I mean, I find it amusing because it's because of the way that the authoritarian left has acted. It's gotten rather cringy to bring up that someone is actually being just a total fuckwit. Yet you kind of got to when they're actually doing it, or else like you're quietly supporting it. There is a difference between, you know, asking is it okay to be white or voting for Trump and then doing what she did. Like those are leagues and leagues apart. I don't even think those are the same.
Yeah,
you know,
it's an entirely different breed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where it's just, I don't see the neutral interpretation, and maybe that's a failing of my own. I just can't find it anywhere in that. It's just not available for me to see. Did you just take some buff out or something?
Yep.
Okay.
It's called Berserk in this one. You get extremely strong upper body, and you can endure a lot more hits, but you hallucinate.
Man.
Got a
break that camera.
Yep. I don't know why the fuck there's 4 fucking cameras down here.
Because she wants to know what's happening in the garbage dump.
Yeah.
Because that's where the rebels go and hide in A New Hope. So therefore they have to find them. This game is old enough that A New Hope wasn't that freaking old when this thing came out. This looks like late 80s, early 90s.
Yep.
It's got that sweet pixelated look of like post 1986 switch to the 8-bit cores.
Yep. Alright, come on.
Especially it's visible on like the
got it. Reach the damn button.
You should probably save again soon, man. You've been running for a good 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, I'm about to, and as soon as I get this damn button. Okay, come on. Come on.
One at a time to save this base station because he's jumping up and down, hitting a button.
Yep. Come on.
Can you interact with your environment at all? Like pull a box over or something?
Nope. I can break shit, but that's about it.
Okay.
Wait a second. What if I do... I'm gonna take all those. Stamina up, reflex, sight. I'm gonna try stamina up. There we go. Alright, come on. Come on. I just need to touch that fucking button. all. And then I can decode and undo that door. Come on. Yes! Alright, grab lift. Okay.
Get it?
Yep. Alright. There we go.
That's odd. Legitness kid, I guess, is popping up within your chat, but it's not popping up within the actual YouTube chat.
Oh, yeah, check the live chat instead of the top chat.
I thought I was. Okay. What the fuck's that about?
Yeah, YouTube's stupid like that.
Well, today I learned. Thanks for that, Vash.
Yep. They automatically have it to the top chat, which is I kind of disagree with. And it took some work for me to actually get it to where all of the chat shows up. But I did because I know that my followers want to be fucking heard. So it don't matter. Some girl was being racist to me in Heroes chat. Oh damn. Like that's pretty messed up. Like to me the whole like and the opposite of like this I'm calling in a way reverse racism.
Oh god, don't bring that up. I will tear you a new one for that.
No. Whenever I'm saying that, let me define my term.
Okay.
Because I'm saying it for lack of better words, so you could help me out here. But where like have you seen the movie Get Out?
No.
Okay, well, it is an okay movie. Like, I enjoyed it because it actually went against some of the horror movie tropes. Like, the dude actually goes to the cops and gets laughed at. Like, you know, there's little jabs at other horror movies like that. But the fact that everybody was like, oh, black is in, and oh, well, no, I love the black people, you know, I you know, it's to the point that they have such a affinity for a different race that they pretty much put their race, like, below theirs. Like, they see that race as a more superior race.
That's still racism. There's no reason to add extra words. The definition as it sits covers it.
Oh, okay.
Racism is defined as being racially prejudicial or discriminatory against someone for immutable characteristics, i.e. their genetic.
Alright, so it is still okay.
Yeah, it's racism.
I was like, is there an actual word for that? And someone told me that it was something along the lines of reverse racism, and I was like,
No. That's overly complicating something for the purpose of power plus privileging it or some shit like that. It's
well then, no. Thank you for correcting me on that. Like I said, you see.
No. That's just one of my major gripes with the political right and left is the fact that they're butchering language for their own convenience, and they have no need to do so. And if you just use language as it is, you can more than convey what you have to convey without any of that other shit.
Yeah. And like I was saying, it like for me it was like just well, what is that, you know? Like, because to me it was something that, you know, a lot of people are like, no, that doesn't do anything, and I'm like, yes the fuck it does. Like, all right, combination is 705.
And you type 703.
Oh, okay. There we go. Now, I'm gonna gonna go through here. Apparently, everybody that was on this ship was killed by these Borg things, and my character is just kind of doom-guying his way around. By the way, the fact that Doom Guy came back to hell to kill demons, all because they killed his rabbit, I find that hilarious.
That's just like Serious Sam, in my opinion. This is one of my favorite first-person shooters because it does not take itself fucking seriously.
Yeah, it's like, you killed my bunnies, you son of a bitch. I'm going back to hell to kick your ass.
Hell yeah! How dare you kill my pets, motherfucker! Eat lead!
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Shit, Vash, I think I'm gonna bounce for a bit, get some food. I'm fucking starving.
Alright.
It's been a pleasure, man. You take care.
Always.
Thanks for having me on stream, dude.
Yeah, man. And later.
Laters.
Alright, so, how's everybody else?
I think it might just be you and me at the moment in here. I don't know what happened to server troll. Hello?
Yep. I'm still here. I was having a problem with my weapon overheating, and I was running like a bat out of hell because that was a cyber assassin. And I'm like,
oh, shoot.
Alright. But yeah, I think we covered a really large amount of stuff. And
that was pretty good.
Ogre, if you're listening, I'm sorry about that. About all that happening. But yeah, it happens sometimes. It comes with the stream.
Look, notice the animals from around the world.
I don't even know what was going on.
Nah, it's fine. Like, whenever I'm saying that, I'm meaning, like, you know, us all getting wrapped up in conversation while I'm playing. It just happens. But you know, he's probably wanting to listen in on my commentary about this, but I mean, to be honest, there's not really too much to say about this game, you know? Like,
yeah, I noticed it looks a lot like the, you know, Doom.
well, yeah, it's
the original, like Wolfenstein, Doom, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's around that time. This is the original SystemShock game. Hey, what are you looking at? There we go. Alright. Blocked by Shodan level of security. But you see, this robot is trying to keep me from going anywhere, basically. And there we go.
I'm not sure how far behind I am on the stream.
Right now, you probably shouldn't be too far behind.
Are you shooting at like a checkered floor right now?
Yep.
Okay. That guy took a little while to die.
Yeah, my spark guns aren't really all that powerful. Unlike my dart gun, which I can just spam the shit out of them and they'll die. But I don't have a, I only have 8 bullets with the mag pulse, and the mag pulse can take out just about any enemy that I've come across. I'm talking about the stuff that don't matter today. Oh, well, it's alright.
Apparently, he brought up someone being racist to them, but then didn't want to talk about it.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, man, I gotta say, my advice on people that are racist: laugh, smile, because if you're gonna let them have that much power over you, over words, then you know, it's like,
yeah, those are related to
it's one of those things, you know.
Uh-huh.
Also, outrage. You got a little bit of background.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's fine. But, you know. But yeah, like I was saying about the whole racism thing, man. If you honestly, like, you know, if you're bothered by someone, you know, their words, and I'm not gonna be the one to say, oh, well, if you're bothered by words, then you shouldn't blah, blah, blah. No, no, no. If somebody is doing that, then guess what? You're doing exactly what they want you to do. You are getting bothered by them doing that, and guess what? They win, because you were like, what are you gonna do? Well, you could knock the shit out of them. Yeah, true. But then you're just increasing their hatred for that race. And these are people that aren't willing to change. These are people that they think that their view is correct, and to be honest, it's very, very, very outdated. Because, well, I mean, I don't think I have to explain why or how it's outdated. But it's one of those deals. Oh shit. Come on, climb up. Climb up. That poisoning. Gotta use my medics. Oh. Radiation poisoning, man. Oof. Alright, I'm hoping that I can get through this. Alright, they're giving me another med pick. Another med pack. And get over there. No, 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 get over there. Get that frag grenade. Yeah. Alright, now how the hell do I get out of here? I don't think that there doesn't seem to be a way out. Oh, this sucks. Ah, shit. Alright, but yeah, like, whenever you get mad at somebody else doing that, for one, it only makes them, it only makes it to where they're going to win in the end, because you're giving them exactly what they wanted. I mean, in all reality. Oh, okay, there, I found it. Alright, I don't have to be in this radiation anymore. Awesome. Now I can use another med pack and feel kinda alright. I hope. To me, racism is, in a way, it's like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. You know? But whenever you feed into that person's anger, then you're drinking the poison right along with them. And, you know, just let them kill themselves, basically, you know? Just sit there and you'll make them more angry if you laugh at them, to be perfectly honest. And people can correct me in the chat if they want. Brains, wait, no, chicken! I get sad, not mad, because nobody helped me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I might try and, have you talked to, Big Hero about that? Because I don't think that he would like that at all. Like, if he knew about it. And, you know. What? So you're telling me I didn't have to jump that whole time? That there was a light switch over here that I could have pushed? Damn it! That is frustrating, but I am going to save. Now I'm kind of irritated at that, but that's okay. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, hardware. Not looking at hardware. I'm wanting to get general first aid kit. Go ahead and use that. Fully healed. Alright. Now the other thing is I don't have a reload button. Sorry for bailing, but my belly rules all. No worries, man. I hope you choke on it, Maestra. I hope you fucking choke. Nah, but on a serious note, enjoy your meal, man. Alright, here we go. Okay, now moving across. Killed that guy, killed that guy. Killed that guy. Alright. And alright, there we go. Break that. And whoa! Jeez, scared me. That gave me a bit of a scare. Oh, so these open. Alright, diagnose. Alright, all of those are inactive. Okay. Can't use the robotics icon. Alright, killed that guy. Where? Alright, I'm gonna hide in here and reload my gun. There we go. Okay. Closing that. Looking through this guy. Give me my needles. There we go. Don't know what this does.
Cyborg conversion cancelled. Standard station restoration procedures online.
Alright. Well, we stopped development of the cyborgs, guys. Thanks, I'll try not to have a death by taco moment. Yeah, that would suck. Alright, taking those down. Alright. Activated automatically, huh? Okay. So activated automatically. What does it?
Cyborg conversion activated. Restoration procedures modified to generate cybernetic assistance for Shodan. Cyborg conversion canceled.
Ah, okay.
Standard station restoration procedures online.
Alright, there we go. So this is the area that... Whoa. Alright, I'm gonna have to go ahead and use one of those first aid picks. And then I'm gonna save my game again because apparently that's a thing. Alright. Alright, we got another log of data. Okay, can't use incubator. Let's take a look at more of the logs. And
we underestimated Shodan. It's got the supplies from the West Wing. Hansen and Rain killed by mutants nesting the access corridor. We can't just hide here. They're killing us one by one. In an hour, about 20
alright.
rush them. We'll try and break through the access corridor.
And hello, HGX does video games. Welcome.
Directive to Cyborg F71. We will now test the virus in a proper environment. Move mutagen experiment V5 to Beta Grove on the executive level. Let the virus infect the grove and observe its effects on vegetable and animal life forms. When the strain is perfected, we will release it on the Earth.
I must be one of the last ones who hasn't changed. Shodan must have altered the healing machine I installed in Alpha Quadrant. It does things to people now. I think I saw Beth yesterday, but she had so many implants I couldn't be sure. If I can get to the machine, I know I can set things right again.
If I can get to this machine... Whoa. Alright. Took him out. Alright, can't use that system. Can't use diagnostics inactive. Alright, looking around. Can't use access port. Okay. Alright, gotta go over here. Gonna look around here first. Medical diagnostic tool. Oh, I can open this. Can I actually get... Nope, that's just a regular stun gun. Never mind. What's this do? We'll figure that out in a minute. There's apparently a person over there. I have new email.
They're trying to jam transmissions. We have some new evidence about what happened. It looks as if Diego has...
I prefer a quiet station. Thank you.
What? Holy crap. Alright, so she's blocking my communication with this.
To all cyborg units, just... This elevator serves me alone. I have complete control of this entire level. With cameras as my eyes and nodes as my hands, I rule here in Set.
Alright. Well, you're not gonna rule for very much longer since I have destroyed, quite literally, every cyborg that you've thrown at me. Well, we got these mutants though. Now, where did that, where is it? There we go. Okay, can I see a full... Oh, geez. More of them. I guess the radiation's making these? Alright. Okay, now let me have that. You can go piss off. Alright, there we go. Now, gotta go in through here. Alright, all healed up. Okay. I've never seen it before myself. Never played in the 90s. Awesome to know, thanks. Yeah. I tend to try and do a lot of the retro and indie games. Like, I do enjoy those. Now let's take a look. We have thoroughly looked around, and I think that we've taken out just about everything, but I want to be able to make sure. Let's see here. Oh, there's around two messages, so one I gotta go through there and pick up. But yeah, other than that, I believe that I've already looked at everything. But what did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap! Alright, now let me down this elevator. I know that you're like really touchy. But, okay. Why is there a W here? W. Okay, I don't understand why it's doing that, but that's a thing. Now, gotta go this way. Whoa! Get off me! Get off me! Alright. And I think I've already... Why do I... What's this DW mean? Like, why is this a thing? Why is there a triangle here? And is it the light fixtures? I don't know. I want to delete my YouTube account, but it won't let me. Well, that sucks. Alright. Now, looking around. Ah! 3 of the bastards. Okay, I think these guys are getting... Whoa! Get off me. Okay. Now I think we've already covered this entire base at this point, or at least this side of it. They're acting super aggressive towards me now, though. Oh my goodness. Would you stop? Now I gotta use the automatic healing process again. And I know I'm not gonna always have that. Zap. Zap. Alright. You said that you controlled this elevator. Blocked by Shodan level of security, huh? Alright. There's something. There's something I'm missing. Alright. Okay, so yeah, this is the right direction. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Oh. Okay, the fact that that area opens. Whoa. Waiting on him to come up. I gotta go ahead and do this. Alright. Alright. Now I gotta fall back, save the game again. Okay. Set the phaser set to high. Okay. Boom. Ah. Don't like that. And this area is supposed to be, there we go. Alright. I asked my friend to delete it for me. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Google and all of their boundless wisdom, they make sure that an account.
You are not welcomed here. Remove yourself.
Whoa! Alright, that is a cyborg that I can't fight right now. Alright. You're gonna need to use that med pack now. And loading up my gun again. Alright, killed that one. What's the matter? You getting scared? Are you not wanting me to be over here? Alright. Gotta let it go down again. Making sure that these guys are dead. Taking as much ammo as I need. Because I'm definitely gonna need it. Just completely cleaning house. What's this do? I guess this is like a secret area? Okay. Oh. Obsolete is discarded. Oh snap, I got a ton of frag grenades. And now I'm gonna save the game again so that way we can actually have some progress here. No, I've been streaming for a little while. But yeah. So what do you guys have anything that you guys want to ask me, or you know, how's the chat stay been? How have you guys been? Because, you know, without you guys, then I would be doing this just playing a game. And I really do hope that I'm being entertaining for you guys. Alright. My laser phaser shot him in the head. I got that laser phaser gun, y'all. Okay, now let's go this way. Seems to be an area. Alright, just a regular empty room from what I see. So that's alright. Now, okay, so there is a grav lift for me to... That's a warrior cyborg. AM Hornet clip. And, alright. So, here we go, dropping down. Having a look around, make sure that nobody's coming after me or anything. Oh, snap. Zap. Alright, storage room. Okay, I got a booster system. And looking around. Okay. Whew. I am marathoning it right now. And let's see here.
Enter that room, insect, and it will become your prey.
I don't think she wants me to enter this room, guys. I think the best thing to do is turn around now while there's a timer that, you know... Nah, I'm just joking. Screw her. Alright, I'm gonna have to save the game right here. And we're gonna figure out what is on the... Oh. Alright, and there we go. Alright. That's the screen. Computer nodes. I'm guessing I gotta break these nodes. Alright.
Who are you? The computer nodes can be repaired, but you... Who are you? My cameras and probes scan your body, but you do not match any employee file. When my cyborgs bring you to an electrified interrogation bench, I will have your secret. And you will learn more about pain than you ever wanted to know.
Ooh, she's being edgy. Alright. Ah. Vital signs stable. Oh no! What? What? I came back? Right there? So there is an autosave! Woo! There's an autosave! Alright. Well, nice to know that that checkpoint happens, but right now taking a look at the stream, we got a nice 2 hours, so make sure to leave a like if you liked it, and we will definitely continue this. This isn't over, Shodan. This isn't over. But for you guys, be sure to leave a like, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Later.